So at first glance on this event, it actually looks really good for very minimal investment, so long as all the events work the way we expect them to. I did get a little bit of clarification, not full clarification for what I was wanting, but it is always nice to see, well, this might be what we can get tonight. And honestly, if you guys are looking to get one sublimation chest or one core of origin chest, I mean, honestly, it looks like it might be as easy as 20,000 gems and like 400 to 500 heroic scrolls. If you want multiple things, it's going to get even further. However, I believe Scattered Spirit Vein and Divine Aurora power gems are going to be out of reach for completely free to play players. I'm going to break down exactly why I think that. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Let's talk about what you can possibly get free to play from this event. So here's the information I've accumulated in the battle training room. So the total ways to get these is going to be 100 from heroic scrolls, 35 from the Ring of Bravery, 45 from the relay package, and 300 from the value packages, giving you a grand total of 480. So at a bare minimum, if you only get 10 energy per hit here, if you buy out this event, you'll still be guaranteed all four of these, because 1200 each is 4800. So yeah, that's pretty much, you don't need to go all in on this event to completely finish it, so don't buy all value packages immediately if that is your plan. But we're mainly talking about free to play here, so these two categories kind of get knocked out, which means 135 is what is at your disposal. Well, the battle training room, let's go over that real quick here. Each individual pass that you get, these training room passes, are going to give you 10 to 12 talent points in a single node. It sounds like once you get a node to 600, you then have to get all the rest to 600 before you can move on and push them to 1200. But as you guys can see, there's qualified talent, that is 600, and then there's upper limit reach, which is the 1200. 1200 is not going to be obtainable for free to play. Just keep that in mind. It is only going to be for spenders. 600 points is qualified, 1200 upper limit. You can't go to upper limit by 4, so we got all that information covered right there. So the question is, what can you guys actually get as a free to play? Well, that's where it gets a little interesting, because if we take a look at qualified talent 1, doesn't matter which one you go for, honestly, maybe even going for the soul symbols is probably the best one going for endurance. So we'll see if these actually affect your combat in the other game mode. I have no clue if they will, but we will definitely test that out so you guys know what to kind of invest in here, because again, it might matter or it just might be completely irrelevant. So qualified talent 1, that is going to get you a sublimation or core of origin or whatever else you need from this right here. So here's the big I don't necessarily know just yet. Ring of Bravery. This is an interesting event because this one reads, take Luna to the ring where she can indicate whether the training has made a difference. During the event, each side has 3 HP. Operate Luna to win the challenge and reduce the opponent's HP to 0. A random reward can be claimed after completing the challenge, and bonuses will be gifted after winning the challenge. So that's where you can see the first tier is just participating. The second one is winning, but it doesn't actually say anything, and I don't think even WeChat had anything talking about what the bonus rewards at the bottoms are. This is kind of important because down here, that's kind of the important information there. How we get those 35 tickets. Now I'm guessing, my guess completely here is that just by doing all the purchases, you get the 35. If you win all of them, maybe you get the reward. It doesn't really say specifically here. If you complete 20 challenges, you will get the achievement reward. So it just sounds like if you complete it, and that's all that matters. So if you complete it and you get 35, that's easy. That means only 20,000 gems is required. Now, if that is the case, back over to here, that means we only need to come up with a specific number, and it is going to be random because remember, it's 10 to 12 talent points per pass. So that means if you hit 12 on every single one of these here, that's probably going to be in the 60-ish range, maybe 50. This is the big question mark because it really depends on the RNG of the 35 as well. Because if I do the math on this, the 35 could give either 350 or it could give 420. So I think I did the math right on this. Oh man, maybe I didn't. No, I think I'm pretty sure I did here. Because basically you take the 600 points, divide it by 10, that's 60. Yeah, no, we're good. Or you take the 600 points, divide it by 12, which would be the high roll. So it's going to be somewhere between 50 and 60. Chances are it's not going to be 50, it's not going to be 60. It's going to be somewhere in between, which means you're going to need somewhere in the ballpark of 15 to 25 of these tickets from Heroic Scrolls, which is actually pretty easy because 15 to 25 is essentially less than a loop or one full loop. So you're going to need to be able to do 400 to 500 Heroic Scrolls depending on RNG, which means even our free-to-play account might be able to get away with getting this week. So it should be interesting to see how this plays out. But yeah, so it seems on the very, very low end, getting one qualified talent to get to here, it doesn't seem too bad, really. Like it's really not bad, because that's probably one of the lowest amount of scrolls we've ever needed for a Core of Origin or Sublimation, which is really, really good. That's really awesome. Now going for 2 qualified, which is going to get you another Core of Origin or Sublimation chest, just depends on which one you pick. That is going to be pretty much the same situation, except you're gonna have to get 65 to 85 of these from Heroic Scrolls, which is a lot more. It's not worth doubling. You see it goes from 400 to 500 all the way up to 1400 to 1800. I would highly suggest you just go after one this week and continue saving scrolls for next month's event, which will be for the Transcendence version of Luna. But honestly, this seems like one of the cheapest chests we potentially ever had in an event. And actually, as I'm doing this, I literally got even more confirmation. It says, yeah, essentially every talent will reach qualified score when 600 points is received. Once the talent reaches it, you cannot enhance it until all other talents reach qualified. Then, for those of you who are whaling, when a talent reaches the upper limit, it can only be enhanced when all others are also at the upper limit. So maybe these actually do affect the combat that we were talking about in this event. I don't know. The other part that has been said too is, of course, you get the rewards for every attempt, and then you can get a bonus reward if you win the battle. Now, when it comes to the bonus reward, let's talk about that real quick. I did just get confirmation while I'm chatting here with you guys from the community managers, which usually this information is going to be correct. It basically says this reward, aka the bonus reward, you just need to complete 20 fights. You do not need to win, which is really huge, which means this will add up very, very nicely. So maybe one of the cheapest, most inexpensive Heroic Scroll rewards we've ever seen, but probably just going for one is going to be your best bet. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next time, or maybe on the live stream tonight.